I toured a $32 million castle in Scotland with 3 grand entertaining rooms, 2 walled gardens, 4 miles of coastline, its own river, hunting grounds, all in all, 28,500 acres. We had 48 hours to tour it, and we're going to show you as much as we can in 10 minutes. Let's go.
Welcome to Dunbeath Castle. This majestic castle was first constructed in 1428 by the Earl of Caithness. Now this whole county is named after Caithness, and for good reason. It's on the ocean. It sits on 4 miles of coastline and 28,500 acres. It encompasses an entire river system, 12.5 miles, known as the Dunbeath Water. There's fishing opportunities here, hunting, recreation. This is a fantastic property and a piece of Scottish history.
I'd like to thank Evelyn Channing and Luke French at Savills for the opportunity to tour their listing of this breathtaking estate. The approach to Dunbeath Castle is known as one of the most dramatic approaches to any residence in the world. The 3/4 mile long drive is straight as an arrow, and it takes you directly between the walls of the north and the south gardens, keeping the stunning castle in sight at all times. As we drove down the drive, the anticipation was intense. We were about to enter the castle for the first time.
Welcome to one of the most fantastic rooms in Dunbeath Castle. This formal drawing room is probably one of the most grand rooms I've ever seen in my entire real estate career. We have 14-foot 9-inch ceilings. We are 29 feet long by 22 feet wide. The scope and feeling of this room is just out of this world. We have this bay window here, a portrait window over here, and Tommy, if you follow me around here, we have my favorite piece of all. I'm in the turret. I'm in the turret of the castle. This window is a curved piece of glass, and I can look out over this rocky outcropping here. It's just really stunning. You have to be here. It's such an impressive space. One of my favorite rooms in the castle. Welcome to the upper gallery. This is just adjacent to the drawing room. This lovely room has a wood-burning fireplace. We have 2 beautiful windows with window seats, and we have a bar where you can pour your guests a drink just before going in the drawing room. Welcome to the lower gallery. This is just below the upper gallery, and it has the lovely wood-burning fireplace, decorative coffered ceilings, and amazing light. And you can even see outside of the windows the original defensive wall of the castle. Welcome to the formal dining room. This gorgeous, oversized dining room has seating for 8 comfortably, easily expandable to 12 or even 16. Now we have this gorgeous stone fireplace that's perfectly polished. This is really the dining room of dreams. Welcome to the library. This intimate and cozy space has 4 oversized bookcases, a beautiful seating area, and a glorious hearth with a wood-burning fireplace. Now, above the hearth, these are animals that actually inhabit this land. Now, as we come over here near the window, we have what might be my favorite seat in the whole property. You have a selection of books to choose from. Tommy, I might sit here a while if that's okay.
Go for it, Phil.
Welcome to the kitchen. Now this kitchen has a really amazing earthy kind of feel to it. We have an old historic Aga stove, which is a constant source of heat and also great for cooking. We have a oversized wooden island. This thing is huge. You could do so much cooking on here. We have slate flagstone floors and amazing light throughout this kitchen. And this banquette is maybe my favorite. This would be a fantastic place to sit and eat with your family. This kitchen is fantastic. Welcome to the gardens at Dunbeath Castle. Tommy, I found a little secret path here. I want to go down. Okay, watch out for the thorns. I just love this place. I would be here all the time. Tommy, what do you think?
I mean, I'm in shock. I don't think I've seen a variety of this many plants kind of just hanging out in one place. Like, there's so many different species of flowers and vines and roses. And it's overwhelming in the best way. It also smells, we can't convey how good it smells here, but
No.
it's pretty amazing. Wow.
So from here you can get a good view of the castle and the turret on the other side of the garden, and just get a feeling for the size of this really peaceful meditation garden. We can't linger, so let's move on to the next portion of our tour. The Dunbeath Estate has its very own river. It runs 12.5 miles long, and it's called the Dunbeath Water. Now, it has some of the best salmon fishing around. Each year, 118 salmon are caught in this very river. Now imagine you catch your very first Scottish salmon. You bring it up to this cabin, you clean it, you fire up the grill, and pretty soon, you're eating some of the best Scottish salmon that you've ever had. We are 20 minutes away from the castle right now, but we've barely scratched the surface of what this property has to offer, and we're barely even into the estate itself. Let's go look at some more cool stuff on the property.
The months of August and September offer the rare privilege and challenge of obtaining a McNab, catching a salmon, a stag, and a brace of grouse within one day between dawn and dusk from a single estate. We confirmed from locals that many a McNab have been earned at Dunbeath over the years.
With all this ecological diversity, Dunbeath Estate itself is almost its own nature preserve. Imagine yourself cycling, hiking, sailing, bird watching. The opportunities to enjoy Dunbeath Estate are almost limitless.
We're out on the Scottish moorland right now. We're still on Dunbeath property, and honestly, beyond all these hills is still Dunbeath property. Now, you'll notice the beautiful heather. The ground covering is nice and soft here. The air smells clean and nice. This is a beautiful piece of Scotland. And this is all part of Dunbeath, and it's all for sale. So let's just take in a moment here to enjoy the beautiful Scottish Highland. Dunbeath Estate has a productive, in-hand livestock farming enterprise, including 378 acres of silage ground and permanent pasture, and 119 acres of coastline grazing. Most recently, a commercial herd of 70 suckler cattle and a flock of 800 breeding ewes were kept for beef and lamb production at Dunbeath Mains. Dunbeath is a lovely village in southeast Caithness along the Dunbeath Water, just before it enters the sea at Dunbeath Bay. We stopped at a local pub and were welcomed by the proprietor and the regulars. We learned that the world-renowned hunting and fishing of the property is fit for a king, literally, as King Charles III has been commonly seen fishing salmon on the estate. If you're driving up Highway A9, you can't help but marvel at the castle perched on the cliff. Who will be Dunbeath's next caretaker? Subscribe to go on more tours with us. And if you had as much fun as we did, give us a like. Thanks for watching.